Today's election day starts the one-year countdown to next year's presidential election. Caplin News' D.C. reporter Alexandra Howard takes a look at the evolution of the Republican Party from the days of Ronald Reagan to the day of Donald Trump.
Republican presidents who once sat inside the Oval Office have varied since the party's birth in 1854. Now the GOP is associated with Donald Trump, but it once was the party of Ronald Reagan, a president who arguably fostered the party's conservative ideals in the 1980s. But how has the party now completely centered around the former businessman?
He essentially tackled the structure of the Republican Party. Everything that he talked about, right? This enormous discontent with American politics. That's reflected in poll after poll. Americans don't trust their politicians. They don't trust political institutions. And Trump kind of brought that to the fore, by essentially saying, I am the only one who can solve it. He didn't say the Republican Party. He said, I'm the only one who can solve it. That essentially buried the old style Republican leadership. What exists today is not the old Republican Party. It's Trump's political party with an amorphous ideology, with an amorphous kind of structure. And that's what I say. It's less a party and more a movement.
To give a perspective into the mind of a voter, voters from the presidential elections of 1980 and 2020 gave their insight into how the GOP affected their choice at the ballot box.
I did not vote for Ronald Reagan because the perception of his ideology and the people that was influencing me was that of being a racist.
I just don't really like the things that he says and the things that he stands for. I feel like he's sown a lot of hatred in our country and a lot of division. And I didn't want someone like that to be representing our country for 4 more years, so I voted Biden.
Reporting for Caplin News in Washington, D.C., I'm Alexandra Howard.